Hello students, in this video we are going to discuss certain doubts from the exercise 2.1. Many students have some common doubts which we are going to discuss in this class or in this video. So the first doubt I am taking is from the first question, that is fill in the blanks part G. Part G of question number 1 says that whole numbers are closed under dash but not under dash. In this question they are talking about the closure property. When I say the whole number are closed under certain operation, I am talking about the closure property which satisfy under certain operation, and you all are aware the closure property satisfy in addition but not in subtraction. Let us recall what is a closure property. Closure property says that if A and B are two whole numbers, then A plus B is also an whole number, right? It means the result, when I am taking the operation addition, the result will also be a whole number. It means the result will also belongs to the group of whole number. It means the closure property satisfy under addition implies whole number are closed under addition, right? You can take any example, any whole number you can take. For suppose 98 and 99, and if I take their addition, 98 plus 99 will also be a 197, which is a whole number, right? So closure property satisfy under the addition. But if we take subtraction, it is not always closed under whole numbers. Why? Suppose I take 5 and 6 and I subtract from 5, 6 I subtract, the answer will be -1. -1 is not a whole number. So it is not always satisfying under the subtraction. So our answer of the fill in the blank is the whole number are closed under addition but not under subtraction, right? This is the answer of question number 1, part G of exercise 2.1, right? Let me take another part, the part H. What does the part H says? Part H says difference of any two odd numbers is always an dash number. Okay, so we need to tell what is the difference of two odd numbers. If I take any two odd numbers and their difference I take, what will be the answer? What kind of answer I will receive? What type of number I will receive as an answer? So let's just start with this question with an example. You all are aware what are the odd numbers? Odd numbers are those numbers which are not divisible by 2. So the odd numbers are 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, 15 and so on. These are all odd numbers. Choose any two odd numbers as per your convenience. Any number you can choose. Suppose I choose 97 and 7. So what is the difference between 97 and 7? It is 90, right? Which is an even number. Now let us take any other example. I take 3 and 1, two smaller odd numbers. If I take the difference between them, it is 2, which is again even, right? So if we take any two odd number and their difference we will always get answer as an even number, right? So the answer of question number 1 part H is the difference of any two odd numbers is always an even number. I hope these two part is clear to you now. The part G and the part H. Okay. Now we are doing question number 4 from the exercise number 2.1. This is the doubt many students have. They have asked me this doubt, and few of them I have sent the PDF or the solution. Now let us discuss this question. The question says that how many whole numbers are there between 2059 and 2160. So we need to tell how many whole numbers are there between these two numbers. Okay. Before doing this question, let me take a simpler example. Beta, if I ask you to find the difference between 5 and 11. What is the difference between 5 and 11? That is 6, right? Let me draw a number line. You all are aware of the number line. Let me draw it. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 and 11. So from this number I have to subtract how many numbers? 5. So this portion I need to subtract. Let me write it with some other color. So this portion I need to subtract. If I subtract from this portion, what I left with? I will be left with this portion. And this portion will include, I have subtracted 5 as well. Just a minute. I need to subtract 5 also, right? So I will left with what types of whole numbers now? I will be left with these whole numbers, right? I have subtracted from all of this 11, I have subtracted this portion. So I will be left with this portion only, right? So how many whole numbers are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, right? So we got the answer 6. But if you look at carefully in this, we are including 11 also, right? We are including 11 also, right? Now this is the one case. So total numbers we are left with, if we take simply the difference between 11 minus 5, it will be 6, right? It will be 6. So this is the thing. But if I ask you to find how many whole numbers are there between 5 and 11, then in that case, let me draw the number line again. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 and 11. So you need to find the whole numbers between 5 and 11. It means you don't need to count 5 as well as 11. You need to count only those numbers which lie exactly between 5 and 11. And those are 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. So how many numbers are there? 5 numbers. I excluded 11 as well, right? So from this, what we conclude, if we take the difference between 11 and 5, I will get 6, and in those 6 numbers I am including 11 as well, right? In this we are including 11 as well, right? And when I need to find the number between 11 and 5, I need to exclude 11 as well as 5. I don't need to count 5 and I don't need to count 11. I strictly want the numbers in between. And in between, how many numbers are there? 5, right? One less than the previous case. Is it clear? So, whenever you need to find the number between the two given number, you simply has to subtract 1 from the difference. Take the difference of two given number, first step. Next, subtract 1 more from that difference. Why is it so? Because as you have seen in this earlier example, that when we take the difference between 5 and 11, we are including 11 also. In the difference, we are including 11 also. But when we are talking about, we need to find the numbers between the two whole numbers, I need to exclude 11 as well as 5. It means I need to subtract one more number from to find how many numbers are there strictly in between. Is it clear? So the question says we need to find how many numbers are there in between 2059 and 2160. We need to find how many numbers are there in between these two numbers. If I need to find the numbers in between these two numbers, it means I have to exclude this number and I have to exclude this number also. So just take the difference. First step is take the difference between the given two numbers, between 2160 and 2059, which is 2160 minus 2059, which is 101. Now in these 101 numbers, I have included this number also. But I don't want this number. Why I don't want this number? Because I need to find the numbers in between these two numbers. So the number which lies between 2160 and 20159 is 1 less than the difference, which is equals to 101 minus 100. So this is the answer of the question number 4. I hope this question is clear to you. So in this type of question, what you need to do, first find the difference between these two numbers, and then whatever answer you are getting, just subtract one more, because I need to find the numbers lies strictly between the given two numbers. Is it clear? Now the last question which I am taking from this exercise is the question number 10. This is also a doubt of many students. They have asked. The question number 10 says that find suitable arrangement, find sum by suitable rearrangement. So What do we mean by the suitable rearrangement? Let me write first part. 711, 238 plus 189. So this is the number. We need to add them. You can simply add them. You all know how to add. But there is a condition. You need to rearrange them and then add them. So how should we rearrange them? Beta, the rearrangement should be such that we get maximum zeros. So while adding these numbers, we have to add two numbers first. So which two numbers should I take? Whenever such type of question is given to you, always look at the unit place of the given number. At the unit place, in the first number we have 1, in the second number we have 8, and in the last number we have 9. So always choose those two numbers which are giving which when we are adding the unit place gives the maximum number of 0. So if I add 1 and 9, it will be 10. So it is giving the 0. If I add 1 and 8, it will giving 9. So 0 is not coming. If I add 8 and 9, again 17 is there. So again 0 is not making. So how I need to rearrange them? I will add 711 plus 189 plus 238. Why is it so? Because if I add these two, I will be getting a 0 at the unit place, right? So what I will get if I add 711 and 189. If I add these two, I will get 900, right? If I add these two, I will be getting 900. Now there is 238. Now it become easier to add. Why it become easier? Because at the last place we have 0 0. When you add, the last two digit come as it is 0 plus 3, 0 plus 8, it is 38. And now add 2 and 9, it will be 11. So the calculation become easier, right? So this is how we do the question of rearrangement under the sum or the addition. Let me take one more example. Okay, let me take the part C. Let me take the example of part C. Part C says that 5204 plus 6717 plus 1016 plus 2813. So here we have 4 digits. So which two we should add first? Now here we are making a group of two numbers. What two numbers should I take? Again, look at the unit place digit. First number 5204, at unit place we have 4. So what should be added to the 4 to make it 0? 6. If I add 4 plus 6, it will be 0. So I am taking these two numbers together. Why? Because if I am adding these two numbers first, I will be getting 0 at the unit place, right? And the remaining number are 7 and 3. If I add 7 with the 3, again I will be getting 0 at the unit place. So this is how we rearrange them, right? Now add first group. If you add first group 5204 plus 1016, it will be 6220 plus, if you are adding the next two numbers, which will be 117 plus 2813, it will be 9530, right? Now add them both. If you are adding them both, you will be getting answer as 6220 is added to the 9530 will become 15750. So how you will rearrange the numbers? You need to just write those numbers first, those two numbers first. If you add the unit place of which, it will give 0. Clear? So this is how we do the rearrangement question as well. I hope these doubts are clear to you now. If you have any other doubt from the exercise 2.1, please tell me. I'll be making a video and then sending to you. Okay, thank you so much.